Hello, beautiful people. I am so excited to talk to you today about this amazing book, The Belief Blueprint by Spencer Pettit. Hopefully I said his name correctly. It is a really powerful book, and I've been really enjoying getting into it to share with you all. He talks about a couple of goal-setting crash course tips that I'd like to share with you, because ultimately I feel like we're all trying to find our purpose and our why and what we're really here to do and how we're supposed to carry out that mission. And it's a lot of things that we're thinking through on a daily basis. It's not always just, hey, let me go to work and then come home and keep doing that every day. Ultimately, you want to be rising in some aspect of your life and striving for something bigger than your external shell. Let's be honest. It'd be amazing for your energy to really carry out throughout the world and live on through everything that you do within your life, which is way more existential than I meant to be. But he talks about the goal-setting crash course, and I want to share that with you. So there are 5 points. First is to pick your what you're doing, where you're going. How comes later, but ultimately pick your what. What are you focused on? What do you need to spend your time on in order to get to where you want to be? 2 is to align your why. For him, financial independence is a big deal, being able to choose what he's doing each day and how and why he's doing it, there are a couple of good points to get you to that, but he speaks about making a vision board. So he had this Viper that he had always wanted, and he wanted to be able to achieve buying this Viper. Well, by the time he actually had the money to buy this Viper, he knew that didn't really align with his why. His why wasn't, oh, let me look super cool in a car. It was more of, let me support my family. Let me be able to be financially independent in a way where I get to go where I want to go, and I get to use my money to have experiences rather than things. And he talks about goal setting / accomplishing, and you want to be able to have little goals that allow you to build up to that bigger goal, because if you make yourself go straight for that bigger goal, you're just going to feel so overwhelmed that you weren't even able to fully achieve it, because you didn't recognize your little goals along the way, and you didn't have those little wins to build your confidence. So important. 3, he talks about break it down, sub goals. So that's what I just talked about. But yes, ultimately you want to have, this week I'm going to get 1 new person under my team, and I'm going to do my best at bringing them on board and making them feel like they're a part of my family. I'm going to get them an Oil Life book and essential life book. It might as well be called the Oil Life book. But I'm going to get them an Essential Life book, and I'm going to make sure they know exactly how they're supposed to be aligned with my team and do a really good job at that. And once you do that, the next week it's, all right, let me focus on another mission. 4 is to make action items, step-by-step milestones. If that's your action for this week, maybe another one for the next week could be something more along the lines of, I'm going to realign my displays so that people are really intrigued by the oils when they come into my office. I'm going to make sure I have my rotating essential oil rack sitting in full display. 5 is take action. So ultimately, everything you want to do in planning through all of the actions you're going to take it takes a lot of time. When you really want to get down to the root of who you are and why you're doing the things you're doing and where your cost, value, return, and purpose all fall into place, it's a lot to think through. So definitely take some of these steps into consideration maybe this weekend. Kind of think about where you're at, or what your goal is and how you want to tackle and strive for achieving it. But he also talks about having hope and how hope builds confidence for your why, which is you're taking action, and then you have to create the experience. So once you gain your experience, you could filter through momentum, and then you have the confidence to go even higher and keep rising. Don't start on a path unless you intend to see it through. Some excellent advice. Find your inner voice through meditation. I enjoyed the spiritual section of this book, which he understands not everyone is going to be on board with, but ultimately, having these new ideas and finding that new space because you found the silence within your own mind and you can really hear what you want and what you're striving for, that's a huge deal. So definitely take some time to really think through who you are, what you want, what steps you could take to get there, and don't think you have to do it all in one day. But definitely check out this book. It's so good. The Belief Blueprint, Spencer Pettit. We got it here at Oil Life, oillife.com. And have an excellent week. We love you at Oil Life. Woo!